This is a small business cybersecurity guy hot take.
I'm Graham Falkner, and this is your February 2026 Patch Tuesday Research Roundup. Microsoft released its February security updates yesterday. More than 50 vulnerabilities across Windows and Microsoft 365 this month. 6 of those were already being exploited before the patches arrived. That is triple January's count. 3 of those 6 were publicly known before the fix landed, meaning attackers had a head start, and some of them took it. Full CVE numbers and reference links are on the blog. I'll keep this to what matters and what you should do about it. 6 exploited vulnerabilities, all confirmed by every major third-party source. Let me give you the headlines. 3 of the 6 are security feature bypasses. That sounds less alarming than remote code execution. Trust me, it's not. These bypasses strip away the safety warnings your users rely on. One click on a malicious link or a dodgy shortcut and smart screen protection just vanishes. 1 targets Word documents. Open a poison file and it sidesteps the built-in protections. For that one, just previewing the document in Outlook will not trigger it. Small mercy. The other 3 are different. Desktop Window Manager. That is a core part of how Windows displays everything on your screen. A flaw in it lets an attacker who already has basic access take full control of the computer. If that sounds familiar, it should. This is the 2nd month running that Desktop Window Manager has been exploited. Security researchers suspect January's fix did not fully resolve the problem. Same component, same consequence, 2nd time round. If you patched last month and thought that was sorted, check again. Remote desktop services, the system your staff use to connect to work computers remotely. CrowdStrike found this one. An attacker who gets onto one of those machines can promote themselves to administrator. If your team uses remote desktop to work from home, or you have any servers accepting those connections, top of your list. And the unusual one, a flaw in the remote access connection manager that crashes VPN connections. VPN is what keeps your remote workers' connections private and secure. Most flaws like this do not get actively exploited. This one did, and a ready-made attack tool has already been shared among criminal groups. If your business depends on remote access, patch it in your first wave. 6 in 1 month. Cyberscoop reports this matches last year's highest count. Security researchers are asking whether we are heading for another hot exploit summer. I would rather not find out. CISA, the American cybersecurity agency, has added all 6 to its official list of actively exploited flaws. Federal agencies must patch by March the 3rd. Your business should aim for sooner than that. Now here is a story that caught my attention. 3 serious flaws in GitHub Copilot. That is the AI assistant that helps software developers write code. Not some obscure tool buried in a lab. Millions of developers use it every day. Here is how the attack works in practice. A criminal hides a malicious instruction inside a software project. A developer opens that project. The AI assistant reads the hidden instruction, and it runs commands on the developer's computer without them knowing. Kev Breen at Immersive Security put it well. Developers are high-value targets. They often hold the keys to business systems, passwords and access codes that would let an attacker move deeper into a company. On top of that, a separate flaw in Microsoft's Azure Cloud Tools for Python developers scores 9.8 out of 10. That is the highest severity rating this month. If your business has developers or you pay a firm to build your software, flag this. The AI tools built to help developers work faster are being turned against them. We touched on similar themes back in our episode 4 campaigns, 1 week, 0 excuses. This is that threat maturing. January was messy. February inherits the mess. 3 out-of-band patches from January are now folded into the February cumulative update. 1 fixed remote desktop credential failures, another addressed Outlook breaking with cloud storage. The 3rd was a security patch for an Office 0 day pushed outside the normal cycle. The Register reports that administrators are calling these OOPs rather than OOBs. Hard to argue. The tension for small businesses: patch fast and risk breaking something, or hold off and risk exploitation. February should give you a clean baseline after January's chaos, but test your remote desktop connections and Office document workflows before rolling it out to everyone. One more item. Microsoft has started updating the security certificates that your computer checks when it first starts up. The current ones begin expiring from June this year. That is not a distant problem. If you have older hardware or machines that rarely connect to the internet, start planning now.
Want the deep dive? Check the sources. All the details, guides, and courses. Hit the blog for scripts and more. The Small Business Cybersecurity Guide.co.uk. The blog. Real security. No fluff.
SAP released 26 new security notes on the same day. The headline is a flaw in SAP's business management software. It scores 9.9 out of 10. Someone with even basic access to the system can run commands that compromise the entire database. Customer records, financial data, the lot. That is the second consecutive month SAP has shipped a flaw rated that severely. There is another one alongside it, scored 9.6, where users with limited access can bypass security controls and reach things they should never see. Now, you might not run SAP, most small businesses do not, but your suppliers probably do. Your accountant might. Your logistics provider almost certainly does. A compromised SAP system upstream flows down to you through invoices, data feeds, and shared connections. You do not have to run the software yourself to be affected when it fails. Quickfire round. Adobe. 9 bulletins. More than 40 vulnerabilities. 27 rated critical. After Effects took the biggest hit with 15 fixes alone. No active exploitation reported. Standard maintenance window. If you have creative tools on shared workstations that nobody owns, this is your reminder to check them. Beyond Microsoft and Adobe. Beyond Trust patched a serious flaw in its remote support software. These are the tools your IT provider might use to manage your computers from a distance. If those management tools themselves are not patched, nothing else matters. Ivanti released fixes for its device management platform. No evidence of attacks yet, but given Ivanti's recent history, do not wait. CISA. The American Cybersecurity Agency issued a new directive telling federal agencies to remove old hardware that no longer receives security updates. That principle applies to every business, not just government. If a device has stopped getting patches, it is a liability. Cisco updated its secure web appliance and meeting management products. Fortinet pushed fixes for FortiOS and FortiSandbox. And for what it is worth, Google's Android Security Bulletin for February contains no security fixes. Yes, really. One more before priorities. An Outlook vulnerability this month deserves its own mention. An attacker sends a specially crafted email. The user does not even need to open it. Just previewing it in Outlook's reading pane could be enough. The reading pane is an attack route for this one. The flaw could let an attacker steal your login credentials. An email that captures your password without you clicking a single thing. Security researchers warn that multiple patches are needed to fully address the Outlook issues this month. Apply them all, any order, all of them. And a heads up, Microsoft is starting to retire an old login method called NTLM across newer versions of Windows. Most people will never notice, but if you have older business applications that struggle when Windows updates arrive, talk to your IT support now. Better to find out early than be caught off guard later this year.
Hey, hey, hey! Love the podcast. Support the blog. Grab some merch. Help us keep turning out free content. Every week ain't cheap. Merch stores open. Have a peek. Buy some merch and support independent security.
Priorities. 3 tiers. First wave. Within 24 hours. The 6 exploited flaws. All of them. The Azure Cloud Tools fix if your developers use Python, and the Outlook fixes on any computer that handles email. Second wave. Within 72 hours. SAP if you run it. Exchange Server for your email infrastructure. GitHub Copilot for your development teams. Beyond Trust if you use their remote support products. Third wave. Within 1 week. Remaining SAP updates. Adobe updates. Cisco, Fortinet, Ivanti. The rest of Microsoft's fixes rated as important but not yet exploited. Browsers update themselves for most people. Check that they have. CISA's deadline for the 6 exploited flaws is March the 3rd. Do not leave it until March the 2nd. If you are following the Incident Response Plan series, patching procedures belong in your plan. Module 4 on threat-specific playbooks arrives later this month. When you build those playbooks, patch management should be written into every one. Full CVE tables, patching tiers, and source links are on the blog. Share it with your IT team or your managed service provider. For the small business cybersecurity guy, I am Graham Falkner. Patch quickly, verify deployment, and if your desktop window manager needed fixing last month, and again this month, confirm it is actually fixed this time.